Welcome to the Business Wisdom Podcast, where business strategist Clive Enever shares his inner business wisdom with you. Each episode is packed with his experience to help you grow and develop your own business wisdom. Join Clive as he shares his wisdom with you.
Here we are again, another wonderful opportunity to get in and have a great day. It's a fantastic day to get out there and make an impact for whatever it is that you're bringing to the world. Every week we have all these days that we can get out and do this. And today's special. Why is today special? Because we're here. It's a tremendous opportunity to do the things that we intend to bring to the world, all of those wonderful things that we have, those gifts that we want to give the world. Get out there and do it. So how can we improve whatever it is that we can do? The most important thing about whatever it is that you do is managing what you do to ensure that you deliver the best possible outcome for whoever it is who is your client, your customer. Getting this information out is important. We want everybody to know whatever it is that we do. How do you make sure you're doing it the best you possibly can? Manage it. You might have heard the old saying that if you can't count it, you can't manage it. And that's really important to know. It's very important to quantify what it is that you do. That way you can manage how you might improve it. You've got to count it. How do you count it? I suggest you start counting the simple things that you do and count all of those points which you could call a critical point. You might also know these things as KPI, key performance indicators. I like to think of KPI as critical points of interaction. What's a critical point of interaction? A critical point of interaction is any part of your interaction with your customer or potential customer that can lead to a different outcome. You're at the point of a T or a Y intersection. You can go this way or you can go that way. Now, there is a particular way you would like it to go. And let's say that's this way. We want to be counting every time we do something that goes this way, and every time we do something that goes that way. And when we can count that, we can identify points of our interaction with our customers where things are going awry. More importantly, we can see where things are going well. When we understand the difference between the two, we can identify behaviours and activities within ourselves that are causing these differences. These different outcomes make huge differences in the well-being of your business. The well-being of your business will generally make a huge outcome in the difference in the well-being of you. So count all these little things. When you pick up the phone and you answer the phone that somebody's called in, how does that eventuate? What happens? Does it end up being a customer coming in to see you? Or is somebody being put off by what you're saying? Now, it's easy to think that all we've got to do is watch what we're saying and we can figure it out from there. But if we can't count how many times a certain thing happens because of a certain thing we've done, it's very difficult to manage that, to manage the things that we're saying. So we count all these things. How do we make it really, really simple? Think of all of the people that you communicate with. How do you communicate with them? Do you speak to them directly? Do you have conversations over the telephone? Do you have conversations via email? Do you have conversations via social media? Is it a matter of your marketing to a vast number of people just to keep your name in front of them? Whatever it is, what we need to count is how many contacts we have. You know, if you're talking to people face to face, that might be one contact a day. For some people, it might be one contact a week. For other people, it could be 20 or 30 contacts a day. It doesn't matter how many it is. It matters what is happening as a result of that contact. Count them. Count the number of contacts you have each time, whatever period of time you choose. Okay? Could be an hour, could be a day. Whatever it is, count it. And then count the number of times that you attempt to tell your story. Then count the number of times you complete telling your story. Then count the number of times you ask whoever you told this story to purchase your product or service. Now count the number of times that they did that. How many times did they buy? How many of the people that you started with actually bought your product? And count what it was that you sold. All of these things have a really important bearing on how your business can grow. If you find that you're talking to a very large number of people, but you're not telling your story, or not even attempting to tell your story, I should say, then that tells us that you're quite possibly talking to the wrong people, or alternatively, you're too afraid to bring up whatever it is that you do. What if we're talking to quite a number of people, we're having contact with a number of people, and we're telling our story, but the people are switching off partway through? That's giving us more information on what it is that we're doing, which is hindering or growing our business. What if we tell all of our story, but we don't actually ask these people to buy what it is that we're offering for sale? Then perhaps we're not confident. Perhaps we think that whoever we're talking to should know the rules and should know that we've told our story and should know that it's now their turn to simply buy. Well, unfortunately, that's not the way it works. Think of yourself in that position. Somebody's told you this great story, but you don't know what to do. Okay, thanks for telling me the story. We've got to make it really easy for our people to find us, to understand what it is that they need to do. If it's their turn, we've got to let them know that it's their turn. So when you look at all of these numbers, it's analysing what's happening in your day-to-day. Now, what I've talked about right now is simply having a conversation with somebody. And there are many, many other things within your business that happen every day that can tell you much, much more about what's going on in your business just by counting them. Find all of those critical points of interaction, identify what they are, and see how everything flows through a transition. Does it go this way, or does it go that way? And how often does it go this way? And how often does it go that way? When you can identify these things and you can analyse them, that's when your business starts to flow far more easily. Everything seems to come to you rather than you having to chase it. So do your best at counting. And do your best at analysing what the numbers actually tell you. Because in business, the wonderful thing is that all the answers are in the numbers. It's just a matter of, have we got the right numbers, and do we know how to analyse them? Because remember another old adage about business. In business, it says, there are many things to count. And in business, there are many things that counted that don't count. So go out and have a great day. Have a great week. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for joining Clive. Remember to subscribe for more business wisdom. Want to work with Clive? Book a discovery call with him at enervagroup.com.au.